What's up, guys? It's Friday. I'm coming back at it again today. Day 5 of week 8, and my program I'm doing over at Athlete X, following Jeff Cavalier. Still doing my personal training study every day, getting closer and closer as the date in February comes to where I have to take my actual personal trainer exam, get my certification for that, because I already got my CPR certification, got that a little while ago, so just got to get this done, continue to study, get them knowledge about what I got to do. The reason I'm actually showing you guys, these activities I do in this program, it's because he implements pretty much everything I'm learning to create for, my future clients and things like that. So it's really cool, actually doing these workouts so that way I know how to show future clients who want to get really, progressive gains, and things like that. So I'm showing you guys, exercises like this. But today, I'm actually going to show you guys just machines you can start to use to help build muscles that are going to help you with these traditional lifts. I'm showing you like squats, deadlifts, actually weighted, chin-ups and dips too, so that way you guys know machines you can use to start building your muscles up to where you guys can actually do, body weight workouts like this. Because depending on where you guys are in your fitness journey, you may not actually be able to do these body weight exercises. So you got to build your muscle up until you can actually do it. So got to show you the proper machines to do it. So it's going to be a little bit different today. I'm going to do my total body workout, get that out of the way. Once I'm done with everything, I'm going to show you guys those machines to do. Stay tuned. Happy Friday. Let's get it. Guys, this was the trunk extension I showed you guys the other day. Good for your butt and hamstrings and the posterior chain. Second machine you see here is the oblique machine for your torso. It's very good for your obliques and abs to do this. I love it. All right, next machine I wanted to show you guys was the seated leg press. This is good, for your hamstrings, your quads, your glutes, pretty much all those 3 major muscles that you'll use, when you squat or do deadlifts as well too. It's just different muscles take over to dominate the exercise. So here, you're going to actually be using more of your, quads and hamstrings really here. And I like it a lot because it's seated. It helps you actually practice the movement for kind of like that quick burst that you need for a deadlift, or, that quick burst to bring it up, from a squat. So pretty much like showing you guys how to like get it in position and everything as well too. You kind of want your feet, right there. You want to make sure the seat is close enough so that way, when you actually press off, it's a challenge, but, not too close to where you can't actually push off and get a force, off of it. So, and yeah, you want to do, if you include these in your exercises, you want to do, generally 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps, depending on, your actual, strength and conditioning that you're currently in. And then, if it's light, the weight you usually do 10 with, try increasing it by 5 and see if you can still do 10. If you can't, continue to do that weight until you can do 10 to 12 reps of that weight that makes you fail. Next machine I wanted to show you was basically it's the seated leg curl. So you're actually curling your legs in, and this is all for your hamstrings. It doesn't use your quads or glutes. You're strictly using your hamstring to pull this weight in. I love it. You definitely feel this. If you haven't really, targeted your hamstrings, this is really good to do that, because your hamstrings are very important when you actually deadlift, hip hinge, and you squat as well too. It provides a lot of support also up into your pelvis region as well too. So you definitely want to make sure, if you're not actually, targeting these muscles in your workouts, you do, because it's going to help transition over to, those workouts I just said. And what I've actually been reading too is like these actual machines I'm showing you are actually, good, because these machines actually aren't, generally targeted in free weights or cables when you use those different weights and cables. So it's good to use these to actually get those muscles worked out so you can build up that strength, for Again, squats, deadlifts, and other things that require more energy that will help you lose weight a little bit, better, more efficiently as well too. And then as well too, you just want to do, 3 sets at 10. You want to make sure that you're, focusing on the hamstring. You're making sure that's doing all the contracting here and curling everything, and you're not using anything else. Next machines I'm kind of showing here are the hip adductor machines. Generally hips are one of the hardest things to target in daily exercises. With free weights and cables, you really can't. So these machines are where you're going to target them the most and get the most efficient muscle building for it. So basically with this one, you want to make, a V shape as wide as you can. So that way it's not uncomfortable or stretching too much, but it's wide enough. And then basically you're contracting, pushing your hips and your kind of thighs inwards to contract all of that. It's good for your hips and hamstrings as well too. And you're going to definitely feel that into your groin area as well too. It's definitely a good burn. And basically, I go slow here to make sure I'm using the right muscles, because you don't want to use too much of your legs. Then, your legs are going to be dominating this instead of your hips, the inner legs. And that's exactly what you want. And basically, I show you guys here, if I wanted to do the opposite machine, it's basically you go, you start with both of the kind of pads inwards, and then you push it out like that, like my knee. Last few machines I wanted to show you was a leg curl machine. This one is mainly dominant for your quads. You're going to be kicking that pad up with your legs, focusing only on your quads, using the quads to bring that weight up. This next machine I'm showing here is a seated calf raise. You basically sit down and use your calves to basically push that back. The other machine right there is a standing calf raise. Both of these machines I love a lot, just because, my calves are something I've been having a hard time targeting and actually remembering to use when I'm lifting. It's kind of like a psychological thing. So when I'm working these out more, it gets me that mobility and that kind of brain function to where I need to use my calves. So I recommend these. Off the day with this 6-pack shuffle. It was 4 minutes of intensity, but I loved it. Alright guys, so I wanted to share some old pictures. This was, right after high school, kind of graduated, wasn't working out. This was after a breakup when I decided I needed to start making some change. A couple months in, this was pretty much a year later. This was back, in actually 2018, so 2 years almost, and this is just today. This is recent, so I definitely worked a lot. I definitely started off, where I was, it was terrible. I didn't have, a lot of confidence in how I looked, and I still don't, so it's stuff I got to work on, but you can tell I definitely have been putting in work. I still have ways to go, but this is my fitness journey, and I'm not afraid to share this with you guys to encourage you guys to do the same. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed, today, day 5, Friday, of, basically the little video I had showing you those, machines to actually start including in your weekly workouts. It's very important to do that because those machines I was showing, besides I forgot, the actual dips and chin-up machine, I'm going to show you guys in another video, possibly tomorrow. Basically, these machines you want to include in your weekly workout because those work the muscles that a lot of us miss using free weights and actual the workouts I've been showing you, because the workouts I show you kind of muscle groups actually dominate and take over versus, sometimes using them all together. So you got to be careful. That's why I wanted to show you guys these to start working on these movements like the hip abductor, seated leg press, seated calf raise, standing calf raise, leg curl, leg extension, truck extension. Those are all ones we tend to miss in, free weights and things like people like to do. So start including those in your weekly workouts. I promise you it's going to contribute to your gains, allow you to, go to those traditional workouts and start lifting, start burning more, calories because those exercises require more energy. And I did share you guys, kind of how I've been doing, my progress on basically my fitness journey. I hope you guys enjoyed that. one thing I'm practicing this year, and it's a tip for everyone, is you gotta have self-love. Something I'm working on. I'm still, challenging myself at it because, even now sometimes I'm like, I haven't really made that much progress, I feel like, but it's all in my head. Some people think differently. That's going to happen to you guys. You're going to get in your head. But remember, you got to love yourself for who you are. You're a great person, and, you have a lot to offer. Don't give up on your dreams, guys. Keep killing it. Keep grinding. Keep at it. And we're going to get those gains. 2020 is about unlimited gains. I hope you guys enjoy today. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends and family about me, and have a good Friday, guys. Later.